three speakers elaborated on the why, big whys of this forum. And now we will hear some more of that, but probably a little also on the what's, the challenges facing local governments as it deals with the challenges of competitiveness, promoting competitiveness and local economic development. To give the keynote speech for today, I am calling on the Undersecretary for Local Government of the Department of the Interior and Local Government, or DILG, the Honorable Undersecretary Austere Canadel.
Thank you, Max. Honorable Governor O'Malley, Honorable Governor Padilla, the country's two most hardworking and inspiring governors. The local mayors who are present here today, Mayor Parilla, Laval, Mayor Molina, Jose, de Buenavista Antique, Mayor Caril Baybay, Mayor Martinez of Ubo, Mayor Chan of Dapitan, Mayor Juan of Lima. Incidentally, as I said, Mayor, thank you. Congratulations. You raised the bar in terms of evacuating people in case there's a tsunami. Alam mo ninyo, is given, Mayor. In 12 minutes, clear the Mayor ng kanyang coastal areas kung nagkaroon ng tsunami warning, earthquake last August. Congratulations, Mayor. Our development partners who are here today, Dr. Walter Servat from the GISF, our colleagues, our friends from SIDA, the Director Gerald Orban of Sianco Group, players, the head of corporation of SIDA, our partner from the USA, Mr. John Avila. Other local officials who are here, at least distinguished participants, colleagues from DILG, our projects that are helping out in this forum. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to this event. Secretary Rojas would have wanted to join us today as this topic we're covering today is very close to his heart. Unfortunately, the equally important events are also that he has to attend to prevented him from coming over. So let me just share with you his message. And with your indulgence, I will now deliver his keynote message. Exactly 21 years ago, then President Corazon Aquino, the mother of our current president, signed Republic Act 7160, or the Local Government Code of 1991, to fast-track local development through the efforts of our provinces, cities, municipalities, and barangays that were given enormous powers and resources consistent with the trust of local autonomy. Compared to previous years, this year's observance of the Local Government Code anniversary is quite low-key, no fanfare whatsoever, and more business as usual, even for our local chief executives and officials. This activity we're having today is truly meaningful. A meaningful way of celebrating anniversaries, taking stock of our gains, reflecting on the experiences and challenges as well as mistakes that have been made, but more importantly, agree on how best to move forward. Thus, I would like to thank all the partners, our colleagues from the national government agencies, especially DTI, our partners from SIDA, GISF, and USA, and the LGU leagues, for making this event a reality. This is truly partnership in action. Mahaba na nga po ang naging paglalakbay ng ating mga pamahalaan lokal mula ng isa batas ang Local Government Code, at marami na rin tayo mga pagbabagong namana sa aspeto ng pamamahala o governance. Naging saksi na rin tayo sa kahusayan o excellence ng ating mga pamahalaan lokal at opisyal na atin ang inilista bilang ambag sa pagpapalawig ng mabuting pamamahala sa buong bansa. And for this, I would like to congratulate our local officials and LGUs for their solid accomplishment in terms of improving governance and the lives of their constituents. I would like also to congratulate our development partners and the other stakeholders for remaining steadfast and for standing by with us and our LGUs in our collective quest for good, clean, and honest governance. Naging mahaba man ang lakbay nitong nagdaan na 21 taon, patupad man ng kung ano-anong programa at naglatag ng iba't ibang pamamaraan sa pamamahala, ay hindi nawala rito na mga programa at proyekto may kinalaman sa pagpalawig ng lokal na ekonomiya o local economic development. And why not? Local economic development holds the key to human development and people's enjoyment and exercise of their individual freedom, improvement in the people's quality of life, if I may say. This is especially important as for a long time now, many of our countrymen remain in poverty and have been expecting the government and their local governments to do something about their plight. They have pointed to the utter lack of or to the very few employment and livelihood opportunities available to them, all of which can be attributed to the absence of real and felt economic development at the local level. For 3 consecutive surveys by the social weather stations on good local governance, economy has always been cited as the most important local problem that should be addressed, whether by national or by local governments, and followed by infrastructure and social services in 2012. Even the 2 Ulan sa Bayan surveys by the Pulse Asia have pointed out that the department, DILG, should capacitate LGUs in such a way that their plans and programs can contribute to job generation, and that the LGUs should endeavor to strengthen local economic development to uplift people's lives. We can say we have not played left to their clamor, but let us admit also that there remains a lot of work to do to make economic development an enduring reality at the local level and for our people. At the national level, we have seen a huge leap in the business competitiveness front over the last 3 years. From 75th in the 2011 list of the World Economic Forum, we now rank 65th out of 144 countries included in the 2012 Global Competitiveness Report, the first time that the country has placed in the top half of the ranking. We are where we are right now in terms of competitiveness because we placed serious emphasis on governance reforms since the President took over in 2010. Among the 12 pillars or indicators used in the same report, the country recorded a plus 23 change in our governance institutions, which proves that President Aquino is correct in improving governance, and along with it, the serious anti-corruption efforts to restore business and investor confidence in the country. And because of the renewed drive of the President against corruption, the Office of the President got an excellent sincerity rating of plus 81 this year, a very big jump from the negative 37 that the previous administration got in 2009. Even the DILG sincerity rating in fighting corruption registered a 52-point hike from a negative 25 in 2009 to plus 27 this year. Indeed, this proved that good governance matters if we want our country to move forward faster and experience economic development. Furthermore, if we are to leapfrog from our current ranking in the area of ease of doing business, we need to work harder in the following areas: starting a business, dealing with construction permits, getting electricity, registering property, getting credit, protecting investors, paying taxes, and resolving insolvency. We improve on them, we will also improve our standing among our ASEAN neighbors. Sa hanay naman ng ating mga pamahalaan lokal, unti-unti na rin naman nararamdaman ang mga ipinatutupad nating programa, proyektong may kinalaman sa lokal na ekonomiya. Our business permits and licensing systems, or BPLS, streamlining project, has contributed to a continuing increase in citizen satisfaction on the processing and issuance of permits and licenses at the local level, with people saying they're able to acquire permits now from 1 to 3 days using 1 to 3 forms only. Not only that, LGUs that have streamlined their BPLS have seen an increase in their local revenues. Among them, the Lapu City in Cebu by 7%, San Fernando in Pampanga by 12%, and Butuan City in Agusan del Norte by 18%, among others. Hopefully, when revenues are higher, when business thrives in particular area, chances will be greater for local economic development and for our people to have jobs and livelihood. Today, many businessmen and investors also say they no longer need to pay facilitation fees to secure permits, unlike before, although there remains the challenge of further reducing perhaps face-to-face or physical contact between LGU officials and employees, and also secure permits, because there remains a few out there who still ask for facilitation fee from the transacting company. The latter, though, has neither deep nor diminished public business optimism on local business climate and the ongoing efforts of the LGUs themselves to promote good local business environment. At hindi po natin dapat payagan ang mga positibong pananaw ng mga negosyante at mamamayan sa mga inisyatibang pang-ekonomiya ng pamahalaang lokal ay mawasak ng ilang patuloy na nagbibingi-bingihan sa tawag ng matuwid at tapat na pamamalakad at paglilingkod. And this is where two things need to be carried out seriously and immediately. One, continue the work on standardizing the processes on how to start a business down to the local level, most especially business registration. Incidentally, we still rank, I think, of the 8 ASEAN countries, we're still number 7 in terms of the number of steps in starting a business. And we call on the help of everyone in terms of focusing on this effort, especially the local government leagues, to ensure stability and predictability of our procedures and policies and regulations, as well as the strict enforcement of the Anti-Red Tape Act or ARTA, to ensure that papers come out on time without the businessmen resorting to facilitation fees for the approval and issuance. We encourage and promote the forging of alliances among LGUs that are engaged in various economic and livelihood activities under the Local Governance Support Program for Local Economic Development, to similarly help in the growth and development of our LGUs and people, from the alliances that have been started to those that are currently maturing, as well as those that are about to be organized. We look forward to the day that these alliances will truly be able to synergize their efforts on promoting local economic development. Ladies and gentlemen, all of these positive developments at the local level are again products of the governance reforms started in the late 2010 under this new administration and being pushed and successfully carried out for the past 2 years, which the department intends, together with its partner, intends to sustain. We want to see the fruits of these efforts to really be felt in the common people, and that is why we expect that the DILG and the rest of our partners will give heavier emphasis on local economic development in the coming months and years, knowing that this particular area is something that can help really improve the lives of our people. Expect also that we'll call on our development partners like SIDA, GIZ, USA, and others, together with the DTI, for their continued collaboration to transform our LGUs into thriving economic hubs. Today, more than ever, there is a need for greater harmony and partnership among us so that we will see the fruition of our efforts in various parts of the country. As for us, we will not see ourselves wavering on our own commitment and resolve to boost local economic development, even as we hold the unmistakable belief that you will be with us, we will all be partners in making our local communities grow and prosper for the common Filipino. We wish everyone a very successful workshop. That's the end of the message of the Secretary. Thank you for your attention.